This is Dick. Dick currently lives in Budapest. He used to live in Luxembourg. Before that he lived in Madrid. Next year, he doesn't know where he's going to be, but he quite fancies one of the Baltic states. Dick doesn't speak, read, or write Hungarian. The only Hungarians he speaks to are the ones who speak his language. Dick's new Hungarian chums told him lots of lies about Hungary's government and the Prime Minister. Dick doesn't think that these stories are lies. After all, he reads exactly the same on all the foreign media sites he visits to get information. Dick was stunned to hear from his friends that he, too, was living in a dictatorship. With the regular demonstrations and provocative, rather offensive graffiti, it hadn't occurred to Dick that he might be living in a dictatorship. Dick rather thought expressing criticism of a dictatorship normally resulted in problems with the authorities, but nobody ever gave Dick's new chums any grief when they chanted, demonstrated, and covered walls in offensive graffiti. Even if Dick had doubts, his new chums reassured him that they all were living under the jackboot. Dick was shocked, but he implicitly trusted his new chums in the writings of foreign journalists who had never been to Hungary. Dick asked how he could help fight against the jackboots. Dick's new chums told him that he could use his vote at the upcoming local government elections to register his disdain with the jackbooted regime that was oppressing him. Dick's new chums told him not to vote for any candidate who was prepared to work with the government. This made Dick scratch his head a little. Wasn't local government about the provision of services to local communities? Dick's new chums told him that he was guilty of naive thinking, and that here, things were different. Dick's new chums told him that the opposition had a great plan to bring down the government and force change, finally overthrowing the jackboot. Dick asked why they didn't do this at the general elections, but Dick's new chums told him shush. Dick's new chums said that if Dick helped them, then the local governments would spend all their money on tying up central government with pointless fights and squabbles. That way central government wouldn't be able to achieve anything. Dick's new chums told him that this was a far better use of central government-provided funds. According to Dick's new chums, services like litter bins on the streets, clean paths, parking spaces, park maintenance, and the clearing up of dog shit from local streets were overrated. Anyway, Dick thought about this the next time he stepped in some dog shit outside his house. Specifically, Dick thought about the value of his shoes. Dick's new chums told him to stop being so bourgeois. According to Dick's new chums, dog shit on your shoes doesn't matter as much as the fight for a minority of people to stymie the will of the majority. At the end of the day, Dick decided it didn't really matter. After all, even if Dick did mess things up for the permanent residents of the district where he lived, it wouldn't affect him. Next year, he'd be in Riga, or Tallinn, or perhaps Vilnius. Dick wondered when they were planning to hold local elections there, and the moral of the story is, don't be a dick. Dick's only here temporarily, but his actions at the ballot box could have long-lasting repercussions. If you are planning on voting in the upcoming local government elections, remember that these are local, not national elections. These elections are all about the people best suited to serve the local community. Parks, car parking spaces, bicycle paths, street lighting, and dog shit. If you're going to vote, remember what's at stake. Voting for opposition candidates so that they can froth at the mouth for another 5 years whilst reducing services isn't a particularly sensible thing to do. Local governments, local populations, local services. If anyone tells you anything else, then they think that you're a dick. Don't be a dick.